All right, welcome. So you recognize this guitar. This is the double neck. And the problem is the body is too big. So with the magic of Photoshop, here's what it looks like if we trim off the upper part and we sort of route out and reshape the lap side. And if that's not enough, I can also chop out an inch or so from the middle, and it'll look like this. So, a lot of work ahead of us. Let's get started. Alright, so here's the idea. The green bits get cut off, and the guitar becomes narrower. So it's not the absolute exact width of the tape that gets cut off. What I mean is I'm not going to cut it based on looking at it and trying to keep the blade straight with the tape. I'm going to glue or screw a strip of wood to the back of the guitar and use that as a guide when I push it through the table saw. With the exception of this, that's of course going to have to be done on the bandsaw. Well, the exhibitionist in me wants to push this thing through the table saw without taking it apart, because it's totally possible. There's nothing stopping me from pushing a blade through here, it's just wood. There's only one wire going through here, which I have long enough, to repair it, like to stitch it back together. But my reason for taking this thing apart before doing it, despite the fact that I'd love to push it through the table because I think that'd be funny, are these guys. These make sure that the bottom of the guitar is not flat, and if I can't get a nice, solid, flat, smooth ride across the table saw, then I'm not going to get a smooth cut, and it has to be perfectly smooth for me to glue it back together. The other reason is this neck is completely bare wood, the base neck, so I want to treat it with tung oil. Plus, while I have this thing apart, I can do my fretwork with my new radius block that I made for this thing, the 9.5 inch. So that's the body taken apart. I've had to remove one extra wire that I'd forgotten about, which is the ground wire to the telly bridge. So that was just sort of squished there under the bridge, and I would have snipped that as well. Slightly more of a hassle, but anyway, I've avoided a problem, and I can easily fish that through, and there's actually now going to be more length to deal with, which is fine. Obviously this ground for the base bridge is unaffected. I'm going to leave this intact. I'm not touching it. Looking at the pictures of the body cutaway that I wanted to do, it looks a little funny with this leftover bulge here, so I'm going to trim that down as well and try and maintain some of the shape without this control plate being too close to the edge. Okay, what you're looking at is a guide that I've screwed to the back of the body. Just going to leave screw holes in the body, but I don't really care. And what that's going to do is guide the workpiece straight through the little tracks on the table saw, and I've got various pen markings around the back of the body so that I can push this thing through with basically the same orientation 4 times, and that'll give me my 4 straight cuts, and then I can glue the body down.